Tonight is an amazing night for me. This night, Maundy Thursday, is my favorite holiday. My favorite holiday. It's odd to hear it called a holiday, isn't it? Holidays are Christmas and Easter, perhaps New Year's, perhaps Pentecost even. But Maundy Thursday, what's going on there? Why is that a favorite? Well, saints, for me, I think this particular night contains in it almost all that we need to walk the Jesus way. Tonight, some absolutely amazing things happened in that room where Jesus was with his disciples. Some absolutely amazing things. And we'll talk about those in just a few minutes. But also, saints, tonight is a night of transition. A night of transition. A night of great joy that transitions into a night of deep sorrow. A night of deep sorrow. And so, while the trajectory for this night is in a downward position, in a downward trend, we do need to rejoice and celebrate what happens at the beginning of the night. And what happens is this amazing thing that we know as the liturgy of the table. The liturgy of the table. The Holy Eucharist, the ceremony of the Holy Eucharist. And why is it that that's so amazing? Well, I'm going to tell you. For me, when you're always in discernment and people say, well, why do you want to become a priest in the first place? And some priests say that, some people say they would like to preach, or some say they want to, immerse themselves in social justice. There's a myriad of calls within the community, and Creator needs all of them. But when I was asked in discernment, when I was a postulant, why do you want to become a priest? I had simply one word. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to be a part of this most amazing thing that happens every time we gather around the table. We gather around the table. In fact, I loved it so much that when it came time to write my thesis about something, I picked Anglican Eucharistic theology. I know that sounds a little bit deep, and I'm not going to immerse you in that tonight. But I am going to give you a little bit of a taste about why this beautiful miracle that we share is so important and so wonderful to us. Up in the upper room, when Jesus was at table. We hear it in the Eucharistic prayer every Sunday. He took bread and blessed it and broke it and gave it to his friends and said, "Take, eat. This is my body which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me." Well, there's actually a more accurate translation of that. Do this in remembrance of me sort of implies that Jesus is somewhere else, and you're conjuring up a good memory of who Jesus was and what he did, how he walked the Jesus way. It's a good memory, but Jesus is elsewhere because Jesus is a memory. The more accurate, the more precise translation goes like this: when you do this, I am with you. When you do this, I am with you. That's a whole lot different than a memory. That's a presence. That is a presence. And saints, I believe that for us, this place, this table, this ceremony is exactly that. It is a wire. It is a wire. It is a pipeline that connects us to the holy, to the sacred. When we come and we take the bread and wine, Are we merely eating? Are we merely remembering? No. We have the opportunity for the most intense connection with the divine that we may ever have. Whenever you do this, I will be with you. I will be with you. I'm reaching out in a special way to connect up with you, And through these two simple elements, this bread and this wine, Creator and Jesus come soaring through, and into you. They aren't memory. We aren't remembering what happened. We are part of what is happening. Every time we do this, I will be with you. Today's the birthday of the sacrament of Holy Eucharist. Happy birthday. Yes, today it all began. So another extraordinary lesson we get tonight on this holiday of Maundy Thursday is Jesus's words to us. I'm going to give you a new commandment. And that commandment, we know it. It's pretty easy. It's pretty simple. It says, love one another as I have loved you. You heard me preach on it a lot. Say it's the essence, it's the distillation of the Jesus Way message. If you had to say what Christianity is all about, you could say those words and you'd sum up Christianity perfectly, exactly as Jesus would have. It's not complicated. It's not complex. It's not deep. But it's hard. Love one another as I have loved you. And so Jesus knew he was going to be leading us. Jesus knew. He had that sense, he had that instinct that tonight was going to be the night when everything started to go downhill, when everything started to go uphill toward Calvary. And so he gave us a new commandment. He said, do this. So what happens to the old commandments? Do we just discard those? No, but what he was telling to the Jewish people was, you do not necessarily have to live under the law anymore. You don't have to worry about the precision and the accuracy of what you're doing all the time to be connected to God. No. I'm putting away that commandment, and I'm bringing forward this simpler, stripped down commandment. Do this, remembrance of me. And finally, the amazing blessing here that we see and we're going to partake in just a few minutes. That beautiful demonstration of humility. For a Jew to wash another's feet was abhorrent. The purity codes reign supreme. Right? We can't do things like this and remain holy and remain pure spiritually. We can't be washing each other's feet. Then we'd have to go, before we went into the temple, we'd have to go wash in the pool of Siloam to get spiritually pure again. Jesus is turning the tables on all of that, like he turns the tables next Monday. Jesus washing the feet of the disciples. And of course, Peter said, oh, no, you're not going to wash my feet. And Jesus says, absolutely. And I'm going to be an example for you. So we have this beautiful example of the humility of the Jesus way. Not proud, not arrogant, not haughty, but somebody that will bend over and do probably some of the most disgusting things that you could do in the first century world.